ndaandika upskilling. Nipe idea ya pili.
The next idea is like let's say if someone has skills, any other skills like IT or any other skills, he or she they will come up together and exchange the ideas and do something that they can make money with the ideas instead of trying individually, because individually can fail.
So your group because you are here to build solutions, you know. So what is the solution for those people who have ideas and need to come together? What are you building to bring them together?
Like we're building like an app or a website.
I can indicate hub, yes. So tuna hub na upskilling. Alafu last group, nani hajanipea ideas? Poor sanitation, yes. 2 ideas, mnawakia? Okay.
So ideas are to solve the problem?
Yes.
Number 1, we'll implement digital bins.
What is digital bins?
Bins that...
Oh, bins.
Yeah, bins, B-I-N. Digital bins or smart bins.
Nice. Alafu ya pili?
Tulikuwa discuss tu hiyo. We feel like
discussion imefika wapi?
Hapo.
Kwa digital bins.
Yeah.
Anyone else mko wengi sana. Kuna brains mingi, that's why I'm not worried. Kulikuwa na bins na nini nyingine from your problem?
Konga overflowing bins in a cause pollution.
So the digital bins is one. So I want to try something else. There's no wrong answer. How else can you tackle issue ya poor sanitation?
Monitoring recycling.
So niseme recycling hapa. Haya, sawa. So attention kidogo, attention kwa kila group. So we've sort of captured your initial ideas for these 8 solutions yenye tunajenga. So he'll walk you through how Lovable looks like. Atatumia one of the examples as a practical way of going about it. You can pick lessons, unaweza not word for word, but try to mimic what atafanya. Mkistruggle in any groups, mnaweza nivutia. Wayne, ako hapa, so just lift your hand, say mmekwama hapa. But ideally I want you guys to start by now that you have your idea in place, just think about who you are solving it for and how you are going to solve it. Alafu we start building it. Hiyo ni sawa? So over to you.
So we'll be doing a demo with the project for this group. They are dealing with poor sanitation. So what you have in the screen is what we came up with. Niongeza tu kitu kingine moja. So poor sanitation being a problem in Kibera, there are many ways to solve it. Na tumeona ya kwanza ni using of smart bins.
1 second. Tunaweza focus kwa session yake kwanza. naomba uzoom in kidogo. Neza request for a few minutes to focus on what he's sharing. Alafu, there's a thought process towards how you get the different elements of what you're building, and that's the core thing nataka kila mtu a grab, so that mukianza kufanya, you sort of have a flow towards what he's sharing. So anaenda kushare his thinking process, how they've gotten to have a fully fledged idea of what they're building. Alafu, this is what I also want you guys to pick and then apply on your project. So tumpe at least 5 minutes yenye ana showcase, so that we can also use it as a model of how we are going to go about it.
Okay. So let me show you just the entire thought process before I came up with this. So we are going to solve a problem about poor sanitation. So the first thing I asked ChatGPT was for solutions for poor sanitation in Kibera. And since I'm going to do our website demonstration with AI, I asked it for a solution which can be solved with AI and through our website. So it gave me 4 options first: community toilet hubs, toilet, waste recycling, sanitation programs, and then IoT-enabled sanitation monitoring. But then I realized that all these 3, they can be united into one product. So my next question was to use number 2 to number 4 as one solution. So that's where we are now. So a solution for poor sanitation is going to contain mobile sanitation and waste collection, IoT-enabled facility monitoring, community recycling, and waste to product programs. And the last one is smart buildings integrations. You see, the problem in Kibera in sanitation does not only arise from poor sanitation practices. Even the way buildings are arranged in some way, the way construction is carried out, is also a problem. So we already have the problem statement and the solution that you have for a problem. So the next thing we're going to do, to go directly into programming, we're going to ask the AI to generate a prompt brief. So a prompt brief is just let's say a document which outlines all the features that you want in a website. So not necessarily in a website, but it's a prompt for an AI. So you see, so let's tuone hiyo ni nini. Sawa, tunaendelea huku pia. So the AI has completed generating the PRD and a prompt, let's say a prompt brief. The PRD outlines all the features that we'll be having in our solution. Now you can see it's already there. It's about 3 to 4 pages. It's done out in a minute. So we are going to go directly into programming with Lovable and Replete. Tunataka kuona difference hizo AI mbili, tuone gani itatengeneza kitu poa, si ndio? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the prompt brief. So it's from there to nikitu tu fupi. So we learned about tools for creating websites today, Lovable and Replete. We're going to use both of them at the same time to see the different output from both the AI agents. So nitapost hapo prompt brief ya Lovable kwa zote mbili. So in your groups, kama if you're already set up, kama msha set up Lovable na Replete, unaweza implement the same thing then you implement up. So So as you can see, it has the product name, vision, and the target users. So the vision is to improve sanitation and waste management in Kibera using mobile devices, IoT, monitoring, community recycling, and smart building technologies coordinated through a digital platform. So the main objectives for our solution is to provide access to clean and safe toilets through mobile and fixed facilities. So, as you can see from the PRD, we have the objectives, we have the key features, website requirements, and KPIs or success metrics and future enhancements. So the PRD outlines the features that will be in our solution. It also outlines the success metrics for our, let's say for our poor sanitation project. Yeah. So if you have generated your PRD, you can just copy directly and paste it in Lovable. So
Tukapeleka juu kwa pia.
So tuko bado just Google ni rahisi sana kama kuna content, but hii side hizi mbili zimewaka, sio? Tuko sawa. So while I think almost everyone has something to show, so let's do this. For each group, najua mlikuwa na 2 or 3 solutions. Mtu mmoja from the group anaweza kuja aonyeshe what they have, what their problem was, I mean to their problem, and what they have saizi on the website. Cool? Tunaelewana? Ama najiongelesha. Mmenielewa? Sasa mko sawa kwanza? So 2 minutes ni sawa to just mention your problem and what you have size. Present too, so that everyone has an idea of what you are doing. Kila mtu tu, so that you share with everyone. So the request to go silent kidogo, so that whoever is presenting as a struggle kushare. So I mention 2-3 things: the problem you're working on, what you have saizi, na what improvements you think will happen, so that tukianza the next week tunajua ni nini mnaenda kuimprove. Hiyo ni sawa? So 3 things: what problem you are dealing with, what you currently have, na what improvements you think you can be able to make. Leo kutakuwa na maswali. I just want us to see, it's just a showcase ya kila mtu what we've been able to come with. So unaweza anza.
Okay. So the problem we facing is poor sanitation and the sanitation. And the one way of solving it, I'm thinking the awareness, the sanitation awareness. So we bring the problem to ChatGPT.
It's okay, you can just skip the process. Just go through your platform. Alafu tuone kama it's meeting the challenge you're working on. Alafu, you can tell us what improvements you think you can make from what you already have, size.
So here's the platform that the Lovable has created for us.
Tunamsikia kweli? Okay, fantastic.
So where the sanitation awareness matters.
Kuna kitu ameskip kidogo, scroll up kidogo. So part of the things he's not mentioned, they are working on sanitation. They had split it into two. One group was working on bins, their group was working on awareness campaigns. So ukiscroll chini, that is how they intend to be delivering their campaigns through community education, media awareness, school programs, demonstrations, local leadership na impact measurement. Scroll chini huone kama kuna kitu kingine. Those are their goals. Alafu enda chini kidogo tena. Those are the target communities they are looking at. So community households, schools, local leaders, market vendors, health workers and youth groups. Kuna anything else imebaki? Nice. How you'll be doing it? How long? 6 months. So that's how they are planning to deliver their problem, to handle their challenge on creating awareness from month 1 to month 6. Alafu, there is a call to action for you to either become a partner with them or download a resource. So in terms of meeting their goal, do you think they are somewhere towards that direction? Fantastic. Tuwape makofi. Nice. Na request you go next, alafu sasa, so that everyone gets a chance ya kushowcase what they have. Sorry. Auja mention, what do you think you can improve? Unazenda tu, as he mentioned. He doesn't need a laptop. You can just mention what you think you'll improve on the next one.
Okay, so the next thing we need to improve is reducing the youths, helping the problems, reducing the youths. Yeah, the majority.
Tanzania to create these materials. Sawa. But it's a good start. So let's listen to her. Let's go to her.
Hi. So we were focusing on sanitation, and our meaning was providing bins.
Naomba karibisha mic.
Some of the things that you can use to better the sanitation through the use of bins, by using interactive in-map, report issues, requesting bins, education hub, smart notification, and track progress.
Unaweza click pale kwa bin kama nafanya. Pale juu.
Hapa.
Hizo ziko active. Okay, so their challenge was to be able to map out issues with bins, to be able to monitor them, and to be able to also distribute bins for places where there are no bins. So the idea was to be able to map out where bins are. So kama unahitaji bin, you'll know where to find one. If you need a new bin, where you are, ama if you need to report issue ya bin vandalized, etc., you can just report it as an issue. They also have an admin panel, I think. Ilifungwa. I'll get started. So I think inachukua muda, but they also have an admin panel. So the admin panel allows them as the administrators to know when somebody reports an issue with the bins, wanapata notice, ama when there's an issue within their maps, they can be able to trace it and flag it as an issue. So maybe you can let us know what you think might be the next thing that you'll be working on this coming week, now that Mukona start. What do you think you can improve in terms of, ama what do you think mnaweza chukua mwende nayo for this next week?
What I think we can improve, we can also create a website that you can use in tracking the bins, how people are handling the bins.
Nice. Do you think they are heading towards their goal? Fantastic. Tuwape makofi. Nice. Over nyinyi sasa. Imekuja? Oh, asante. Unaweza tumia hiyo the full one. I think itakuwa niko tab. Au niko hiyo. Nyingine. Oh, ni sana sana. Aya. Over to him.
Hi guys, my name is Amos. And we're going to run sanitation, but our solution involved using digital bins and recycling. So this is our landing page, transforming lives through smart solution. Our impact, you can see there, and the available facilities, how we're going to directly solve our problem. So we'll have our waste collection point and the smart building hub. We have our mission and all the necessary stuff and our contacts down here. The map, where we're located and where our facilities are, you can see them there. Then from the dashboard.
Scroll chini kidogo, there is an interesting feature on that map. Yeah, that tells people what is where.
Pardon?
I just wanted you to mention where it shows where you have stuff.
Yeah, so here we also you can find our nearest facility where you can get access to the digital bins and how we can use the smart buildings. We also have the directions. You can also get directions. Okay, when you click this button, get direction, it will be able to give you a map of how you can get to us. Okay. Yeah. In our dashboard, you can also book our services, the recycle bin and the smart building. You can also report an issue. You can also see our recent activities. The community, you can also see the top contributors of the month, people who are active, I guess. Yeah. So that's just that's all of it.
I didn't imagine that smart bins are quite. It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's all. Those minimum that you own, I'm not gani. Yes.
Nice. Good stuff.
Can I clarify?
We are from the same group. I think kuna vitu zenye hatukuangalia vizuri kama for example in our dashboard you can book a service. The service is kitu kama a mobile toilet, waste pickup, and let's say smart building access. Maybe you want to upgrade your house, but you want it to be a smart building. So you can even report issues such as overflowing units, maintenance problems, cleanliness issues, and others. And the map shows facilities available in Kibera. So we can have like waste collection points, mobile toilets, and many others which are not yet added in the website yet. Yeah. I think that's all about our cleaning project. Yeah.
Do you think we are heading somewhere? Tuwape makofi alafu next. So the next one was around recycling. The same group, si ndio? Si mlikuwa na mbili ama mlidili na moja tu? Okay, sorry. Sawa. So you both did with the smart bins. Okay.
So for recycling, it's actually in the same, it comes here in community.
Waste collection. Okay, nice.
In community engagement, recycling is something that would like to be done by the community. So you can see down here, it's a for conservation of water wastes, but it's actually people who will have to do these things. Yeah. So you can see here we have like top contributors for this month. So we can create a way to maybe track how people are cleaning up spaces, let's say rehabilitating them, and then we can have them as the top contributors for the month. Yeah.
Fantastic. So we are good with that. Nita move to this group, alafu mtamaliza. So naomba the first team member aonyeshe from your side. Then again, this is not the final work. This is your version 1. So as you go through the week, PTN, angalia what you can improve on, prompt it, change it, draft ideas, ukikwama, reach out. And then some of those things we can be able to improve by the time tunapatana next week. So this next group were dealing with security. Laptop iko sawa? Unaweza tumia mtu mwingine the link because the link inapatikana tu. The next person anaweza kuja as ana try to figure out in a hang. Please come. Naomba umwe charger. So we had broken down security into issue of street lights, no? Unemployment. Okay. Fantastic. Aya, mic ni yako. Aya, wacha nimsaidie akianza as you warm up. The security was broken down into two. So the first team was looking at accessing or rather the issue around streetlights, around issue of streetlights, etc. And then the second team within security was working around the issue with unemployment. That was as a consequence, unemployment. So they also addressed it as the same. Over to you. So, endelea, what you have. Najua anyone angekuja scroll tu, but ni project yenyu. Own it. Like utueleze uko na nini, iko na nini na nini mnaona. Yeah? Mnaweza msaidiane. Endeni msaidie. Ni group project, so enda msaidie. Ama enda simama karibu naye, labda utapata nguvu. Haya. Basi sema kitu, watu wasikie sauti yako pia. Usiblock ndio watu waone the screen. Sawa, hapo ni sawa. Just answer to na what the website has and what you are covering in relation to your problem, in relation to your solution.
Yetu ilikuwa unemployment, then
Aya, tuwa encourage na makofi, labda hiyo ndio inawakosa. Tuwa encourage kidogo, tuwape moyo, wa realize these are your friends and karibisha mic kidogo, karibisha mic.
the security jobs, where we had the security guard, the CCTV operator, hizi zote. Then how to secure job works. So you can see them, yeah. Then we had the professional training programs.
Project ni yenyu. Si tunangoja, but mko almost kumaliza. So
okay, how to transform lives through employment.
Wamejaribu? Sawa. So part of the process, maybe hujatushare. So part of the process yenye mnaweza fikiria ni what improvements can be done, like mapicha, the kind of jobs and iko sawa? Okay, sawa. Mnaweza chukua. Ama tufanye hivi, tuma hii link kwa mtu mwingine, then we just use another laptop because your link is the same thing. So tunaweza pata watu wa unemployment mkikuja, laptop yake iko na challenge. Hata naomba mkuje tu wawili. Mliko na 2 ama 3? Sasa naomba tu mkuje tu wote. Aya, tupeane masikio hapa, tupeane masikio. As he operates, I would like to also encourage you. Part of this process is also, you can have a nice idea, but the idea should not die with you. So being able to also share it is a good thing. Sawa sawa? Najua leo mmeogopa kupresent, ni nyinyi naongelesha. Najua leo imekuwa ngumu kupresent, but I hope next week you can try and present. Sawa sawa? Sawa. So presenting is also part of sharing your ideas. It's also part of how you can tell people about the kind of problems you're dealing with. Sawa sawa? Najua leo imekuwa tough, but I will encourage kila mtu mseme present leo, next time ni mseme mwingine ana present kwa group. Sawa sawa? So that at least everyone gets the chance to speak up and share. Click on that arrow on the side. Ile pale on the right. This one. So need to be full screen. Sawa.
So we're tackling unemployment, and we came up with this website that can link everyone who has a skill, like graphic designer, web developer. They can find their skills and work together so that they can tackle job issues. So these sites, you can come, it's like an Upwork or freelancer, but here is free and anyone can use it. You can use it. Kwamba sijui ulipe bid ama connects. So here, you can see the name is Skilling, how it works. And then here you can see the top talents. And then you can discover other talents here. Like you can see anyone, even a carpenter can be there. And this Skilling is much better because it can offer anyone with any skill can post his or her work in project and post a project here. Like you can see down here, you can see a wedding photography and videography, commercial development, and how they cost. So that's it.
There's something George Aja mentioned, Ajawapea context. So their group was working on two ideas zenye tumeandika pale. The first one was to create a hub. Everyone has a skill, everyone has something that they're doing. So they are looking for a place where they can be able to consolidate, or rather to bring together these people in a way, if I'm doing a certain project, I have a place to share. And if somebody is interested in working with me, they can also come there, we pair and do the rest. So akionyesha the top skills, the assumption is they're working with a mock-up that people have signed up and people have started sharing their projects. So that is what they are going about, which I think is a very interesting idea. I think the other thing ulikuwa muonyesha hapo pia kwanza is the projects, the talent projects na nini ingine. This is assuming that's your profile. Ukiclick profile na kupeni at the top umeja fungue page. So this is if you're a freelancer or somebody who does project, I guess this is when you sign up, this is what you'll have as your dashboard.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So do you think they are somewhere? What do you think would be the improvement you'll make this coming week?
This coming week we'll add a place where not just you are from the skill. You can be someone like wants to hire someone.
Yeah.
So you can just log in there and pick the best person that you want to hire to do your work. And still you can add some payments methods and to avoid scammers.
Fantastic. Tuwape makofi zao. Kuna one more project bado, si ndio? One more project kwa hiyo meza yenu, si ndio? I think this is the last one to wrap us. Msifikirie sana, just come and present. Ama kuna challenge? Yeah? Challenge ni nini? Yeah? Umekata kufanya? Ndio mzendo shop sasa. Mlikuwa na tatu actually. This is similar to hiyo ingine ilikuwa inafanya nini? Kwa sababu ile ni karibu the same. Yeah, ukisha job market. Yeah, last one. Najua nguvu zimeisha, but one more. On the other side. Angalia on the other side. On the left side. Kidogo tu. Fantastic. Umekata? Nice. Ni kama there you go. So scroll. Jaribu sivute unatumia. Chukua mic.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
So in our group we are discussing about unemployment, and as you can see on the screen, we came up with this. So this is just an overview of maybe to attract maybe donors or people interested with helping the youth on how to curb unemployment crisis in Kenya. So with this app, will be there. You can view the key challenges. So we have key challenges, and we have also proposed solutions. So this was just maybe an overview for how we can curb unemployment in our country. So with this information, we came up with the idea, and I think George showed you that. Yeah, so maybe on the proposed solutions, maybe on skills development programs, something like freelancing. And through freelancing is where we came up with an app that George showed you, whereby you can be able to get your jobs and tackle them there. And also where those people who have works can be there to, maybe if you have a project and you don't have time to do it, you can log in and find somebody to do it for you. So that's a way of curbing unemployment. And another one was about entrepreneurship support. So as a freelancer, you are also an entrepreneur, and through these apps is how the government can show support to you. Yeah, so just that was an overview of our group. Yeah, thank you.
I see, that has been amazing. It's quite encouraging. I don't know where you feel your projects are in terms of having from the comfort from what we've been doing to what you currently have. I know leo tulipatana kwa different groups, but as you can see, an idea is still an idea. Simu mwona imewaka. I know kukua kwa poor sanitation, lakini si security may come through. Yeah, so the idea is just for us to refine our problem-solving skills, because that cuts across. See, job, at home, in school, ukijipata in other situations, all that matters is problem-solving. Everything else will be layered as far as you can borrow unaweza fikiria, and you can be able to do something. The whole idea of us going through this process leo is for you to live here and have the understanding kuwa you can actually do something. Kama uko na idea na ulikuwa unafikiria kuanzisha website, I don't know kama kuna mtu imemngoa nywele kutoa this website, see, we still have our hairs, you know? So you can still do something. As everyone has been reiterating, this is a skill yenye leo umefanya hivi, go and pick any other idea yenye ulikuwa nayo, pick this idea. I know kuna AI ime hit, it's usually a hit and miss because it's a best prediction in a sense, but so far it's gotten you somewhere, sindio? So saizi unaweza enda utafute the appropriate images, unaweza pitia hiyo text yenye iko kwa hiyo site, uchange what makes sense for you. You can pick out things like you could create an account, learn vile sasa now mtu akitaka ku sign up kwa website yako, what do they need, learn about that thing, use AI, ulize what's the best way that I can create an account on this website, and it helps you in that sense. So we had an idea about businesses, we had an idea about challenges. Everyone has been able to pull an idea, everyone has been able to present something from their group, and I feel like that is very encouraging. I don't know how you guys feel, but me, I'm very encouraged kujua kuwa people are living with hands-on skills, and this is something as long as you can find, you can actually do this also with your phones. You can find it with if you find a laptop somewhere, this is something that you can actually do. Bora unapata data na internet, you're good to go. Sindio? These are skills in uta refine. Leo sio ati ni mwisho. Go and try it. Ukilala uamke ukumbuke idea, write it down. I gave you papers purposefully so that any idea yenye uko nayo doesn't get lost, because with a shared laptop inamaanisha labda unangoja msee na uko na ideas zinaendelea. So always have a way ya capture idea and also refining what you're doing. AI imeweza kwa mikupea, I think e-group mlikuwa na greens, sindio? I know inaingiana na sanitation, but maybe your idea was to have like a blue website. Find out how do you change colors, how do you give it a theme, how do you decide what would work for your audience, because we've been talking about iterations and prototyping. Sindio? This is our MVPs, like this is our prototype. So next week tukipatana, let's try and see if kama tunaweza endelea na the same groups, alafu tuone how best we can do about it. Ni sawa? So over to you. And thank you so much for being amazing students na kujituma na kupeana speech when amko na roho, but ime come through sawa. Kudos for trying out.
Just a question. Is it possible to host those websites?
To host, you can use GitHub and it's free. I don't think GitHub would have been the best place ya kwanza leo, but I think kwa hizo websites zote there is somewhere Lovable iko na something ya GitHub. You can push them to GitHub and refine it from there.
So in case of any update, how are you supposed to do?
So it just takes your kawaida like software development cycle. When you have it on GitHub, now you can have it on your laptop. Now it's running on Lovable, but you can with GitHub you can have it on your local host, in the sense that if you've worked through GitHub, like it's like any other version control. In the context, it has done, let's say 70% of what you'd have done. Your 30, your kuongeza backend, kuongeza authentication, kuongeza security, all that you can just do from your laptop. You don't need necessarily Lovable anymore, but you can still continue to implement, because Lovable umeongeza cloud, umeongeza backend, something called Superbase. You can add those things. Bila kufikiria, you don't necessarily even have to think about authentication. There's something called Clark. You can use it there. It does somebody comes in and signs with Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, those things. And all you need is just for you to go and activate those things.
And so far you used the words.
Yes.
I don't see any code. So we don't even know the language that has been used.
Yeah.
So how will we identify the language that has been used?
For those who are interested to go that deep, for Lovable, if you want to see the code itself or want to change the code itself, hapo penye kuna button ya preview, there's one that has, should I call them closing brackets? Hii hapa. Anyone can click hii yenye inakaa hivi. Do you see something like this? When you click on it, it gives you the code to everything yenye umefanya. Somebody try it on theirs, alafu niambie. Najua naweza kuwa nawapigisha PE hapa. Does it work? Everyone can see the code? Can everyone see the code? So if you need to change the code directly, you can do it hapo. Otherwise, pale kwa corner, I think there's a, how do you get GitHub? I think there's a gear sign or something. Number one, kwa Lovable ya mkono Lovable. I think on Lovable, up on the end, there's a GitHub link. Yeah. Yes. You can sync your project with GitHub, and if it's on GitHub, then in Amansha you have access. I don't know how many people are familiar with GitHub. Yeah, we are familiar. Fantastic. So saidia jirani mwenye they might want to follow this project baadaye. That is a simple thing that you can access. You don't need to publish it. You can just link it na uichukue from GitHub na uendelee na. Sawa? Haya. Kuna any other questions yenye sitaki kushikilia lunch ya mtu? Otherwise, I guess we are good unless kuna swali imebaki. Nisiache mtu aende nyumbani bila Any other questions from that table ya employment? Sanitation, mko na swali? Mko na swali yote? Yes. Mwingine anaweza kuwa ameogopa kuuliza kama so uko kwa website yenyewe but nitafunga bulini. Ndio kama mlishaifunga. I think if there is no other question, I think we should be good.
So, just wanted to ask, since the reports are ready, the plan is ready, can we make them? Because come next week, I'm going to refer to a group. Should we make them?
No, Mrs. Struggle. Just remember whose email ilitumika. That's the person mwenye ana manage the project. Hapa ilikuwa Lona. So, for example, this laptop, Lona signed in with her Google. So she'll be the person mwenye. She can either add your email, give her your email, she adds you to that project, then mnaweza fanya kazi pamoja. Ama if you need to work on the same project on a different laptop, just go to Lovable and sign in with your email, you'll get the same project. Iko clear? Aya. So, we're kuja tu kwa project yako, hapa all projects. Let's go here. And then this is what I was saying. If you click over, you can see the code, you can change anything. So you can see what you're using. The code name is in Academy.
So these are the instructions. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll get back the laptops, and then the refreshments. When a few people they see background animation program. So we have numbers, the same program. So the same numbers, words, the program. So before the refreshments, so this is what I want us to do. I want us to appreciate the facilitators. So I will talking. So most of us don't even know how that website is built. I do external so somehow if there is whatever framework they use, but we know the website. So I want us to appreciate them. And this is how we're going to do it. Because when you go to see so, I will stretch, right? So, when clap when I say down. So if I say bowling, you put it on bowling. Say down, you clap. Is that okay? And then first of all, some bowling.
Easy. Down, you clap.
You see that? Okay, some bowling, so shut down the computers, and then you leave them back to share, and then we are sitting doing the refreshments. So if I'm even do you have one now? Sit down.
next Saturday. So people get in wanakuja late this morning. So kwa hiyo wataanza saa sawa. Let me just get the list first of all.